Peace, HHDG. We are back again this week with another episode of HHDG Media Podcast. And before we get into our two guests today, coming from different areas of the world, got to give a big shout out, as always, to the rest of our HHDG Media crew, Rock Vader KB, The Mayor, T. Smith, Skelly Top, and myself, Wiki. And as always, check our website, which you can see at the bottom, hhdgmedia.com. Go check previous interviews, latest music that's out, and as well as our merch, hoodies, t-shirts, and shout out to our Facebook group as well, the Hip Hop Discussion Group, which spawned what you see going on right now. Now, I'd like to introduce our two guests for tonight. Both come with their respective companies. One being Rugged Triad Records, sorry about that, and the other Straight Butter, as well as Straight Butter Productions. And the two of them collaborated on a very, very insightful and showcasing MCs that need to be heard, as well as the premier MC, who is coming out of Atlanta, Indigo Phoenyx.
Peace.
And we have the great production coming from Teck-Zilla.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Tech. You don't know how good it is to see Tech. We've been working together for years, and we've never spoken verbally to each other or video chat or any of that.
Well, I'm glad to make that happen.
Thank you.
First time. Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Now, before we get into your background, tell us how the two of you met.
Do you want me to start? Indigo, I think you should start. You should start it.
We met on Weekly Rap Guys. We were both blogging, and that's how we met. And it just happened that Tech is this dope producer, has so many tracks, and he was like, "Yo, I got some production." He sent it to me and my boy Shabam Sadiq, which I know Bam is working on his Teck-Zilla project as well right now. And we started on a joint called Victory first. And that featured Eternia and a young lady by the name of Flo, as well as Shabam. And then from there, I was like, yo, we got to do a project together. And that's how we got started. And we kicked it off with a joint called Dissension last year and just went from there.
Nice. Now, Teck-Zilla, you're originally from Nigeria and now you live in London? Okay.
Yeah, I just go back and forth, I have family there, I have family in Canada as well. I lived in Canada for a while as well.
Montreal, right?
Yeah, Montreal, pretty much. So I just go back and forth.
Okay. Cool. Now, growing up, what was the type of music that you heard?
Wow. I think mostly soul, soul R&B, UK pop, and some rap. My parents played some rap, like Run DMC, LL Cool J, that kind of stuff. Like we had a few rap, not so much until like the 90s when my older, because I grew up with two older siblings, my older sister, my brother, and they used to play a lot of rap as well. So I started listening to stuff like Pit Rock and CL Smooth.
Nice.
What's this guy? K Solo. I remember that K Solo, a lot of Redman, a lot of Eric Sermon, Rakim as well, So I really listen to the classics pretty much. I grew up listening to the classic stuff, Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, I do remember that. Some House of Pain as well. I know Cypress Hill, West Coast stuff. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. But but to be honest, I started with a lot of R&B, soul, retro stuff, because that was mostly the type of music my parents used to play in their house. Because during the weekends, they they might just be doing chores, just cleaning the house, and the music is just behind playing all
That's the
day.
ritual.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I think it's a black
definitely.
thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a black thing. They just
So
play
Tech,
that all.
it must feel dope that I speak with Pete Rock, like DM wise, and I sent
Yeah,
him the joint, and he flamed it up like, "Yo, this is dope," and the production is dope too. So I know you feel good seeing
yeah,
that
yeah,
from
yeah. I heard
somebody
Yeah,
that.
you gotta
you
be,
Yo,
rock
right?
with from Pete Rock. That's a big compliment
yeah,
because he real
yeah,
picky.
it is. Yeah, okay, because I see him. Because sometimes he's always very like, no, I don't like that. I like
Right.
this. This is whack. This is so
Yeah, he's
for him
very
to really
critical.
like, yeah, very, very, very critical. So when he liked that, I was like,
Right.
oh
So when I
wow,
sent him the
like
song "Flamed Up," I know Tech was like, "Yeah, that's it."
yeah, yeah, that's it, man, that's it. So that was crazy, man. That was crazy. I really appreciate people. The crazy part is making this beat. It's just it's just fun for me. It's just like I'm just having fun with it. I'm not like, yo, I'm trying to make a hit. I'm trying to like get people to listen. I just want people to listen to the stuff I have. Pretty much
Mhm.
that's it. So
Right.
I don't try to force it like the way we worked. I was just sending you beats back and forth, and
Back and forth, and I'm
but
picky as
yeah,
hell, so it take us a
yeah,
minute to get stuff together.
true, true, true. Because I always tell artists like, if I send you a beat, if you don't like it, just say no. True.
Right.
Just don't sugarcoat anything. Just say no so we can move on to the next one. That's the best
Right,
way.
because I'd be like, "Yo, send me that fire pack. Send me." I think anytime somebody sends me a beat and they're trying to think of what to send me something you would send MF Doom. Send me something you would send Sean Price. Send me
Wow.
something along the vein of that, so you never
Mhm.
be confused on what I like. Because I like
Yeah.
different stuff, but I'm from Brooklyn. I like stuff within the vein of
Right.
that
Hmm.
style, that type of hardcore. And I feel
Hmm.
like Tech just bought it, but he had his own style to it that just
Right.
really embody something different with the sound,
Mm.
and that's what made me think of the Ascension album concept and the whole thing of having all females on the project, because I feel like more ladies need to work together,
Right.
more empowering messages, showing our lyrical prowess as women. And Tech just had that soulful yet gritty sound that I like. Like my husband hates my music. He doesn't like the grimy horrorcore, the dark songs. He was like, "Oh, that shit get on my nerve." But when he heard we played Ascension in the car, he said, "Now
Hmm.
that's it. I love that shit. That sounds good. That's it
Ah,
right
okay.
there." So I know Tech steered me in the right direction as far as my husband goes, but I like that grimy horror, gritty, dark stuff. He just
Mm.
don't get it.
Hey.
Now, did you
Yep.
grow up with Shabam Sadiq in Brooklyn?
No, I met Bam here at an A3C festival performing.
Ah, okay.
It was him, Mike Hands, and John Robinson, and that was like 2015.
Okay.
Then I was working with Weekly Rap Gods, and I wanted to interview him, and he invited me to his crib to come record, and
Hmm.
then we just been friends like ever since then. That was like what, probably 2017. So we just been real cool since then.
Okay. Nice, nice.
Yeah, that's the homie right there. He even like gave me my name because my name was Phoenix the Firebird before. Then I changed it to just Phoenix. But on
Mhm.
Instagram, I'm an indigo. I'm clairvoyant. So I changed it to indigo. I had it on Indigo Phoenix on Instagram, but just describing that I'm an indigo. And Bam was like, "You should just leave your rap name as Indigo Phoenix." So I changed it.
Nice.
That's definitely it's a good name.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It suits.
Wow. So, as far as the Phoenix part, where did that come from? Is that part of your personality?
Yeah, you know what? My name was Blaze before it became Phoenix, but then some rap dude came out named Blaze. So I wanted to change it, and somebody told me I should call myself Phoenix, and it was more so after the from Marvel. They were like,
Yeah,
check out
Jean
Phoenix. And then I
Grey.
looked into
Yeah.
the meaning of the Phoenix, and it resonated with me. But then also it
Mhm.
sits well with me because I've literally died and been resuscitated like 4 or 5 times. So every time
Wow.
I die, I come back. So it's kind of like being reborn every time something like that near death experience happens to me. So that name just stuck with me and it felt like it was fitting.
Hmm. Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
Right.
me too.
It's a fitting name, and trust me, I'll be glad to come back every time. I'm like, I'm back. Yes, more and more, I'm back. Trust me, it's good. I'm a witness that, hey, good things happen, and that's why I embrace and take life as I do, and make all the moves I do because I don't take life for granted.
Right.
True,
There you
true.
go. Now, when you were talking about Tech giving you some production, that's something that MF Doom or Sean Price would rhyme on. Tell us more about who you actually listened to growing up.
Who I listen to growing up? Oh God, Big Daddy Kane, Karis One. Um, Everybody knows I love Bahamadia. That's my rap influence.
Oh,
Shout out Bahamadia. I've
she's
had
still
the
doing her
pleasure.
thing.
I've had the pleasure of speaking with her, and she's, you know, gave me a cosign. So that I'm, really, I could drop my mic and say I'm done at this point, but I won't. But Common, Most Def, Talib Kweli, Ghostface, Nas. So those are kind of my rap influences right there.
Mhm. Nice. Very nice. Now, the two of you, I mean, I mentioned just one company for both of you, but the two of you actually do a lot more than just those companies. I mean, for you, you said you're the director of what was that? The African American
African American women in cinema.
women in cinema. Yeah.
Mhm.
How,
Yep.
how did that come about?
I write. Well, my primary business is film. I'm a screenwriter, so
Oh,
writing film is my thing. Movies, television, film business plans. I have my own film company, and I met Tara Renee online. Trying to network and do what I do, and she
hmm,
made me the director here in Atlanta some years ago.
wow.
So I incorporated an educational series, which we just kicked off this year, trying to help women who want to get into film get free workshops instead of those $200 and $300 workshops. I teach them for free. So doing stuff like that and linking them with the proper people. And I've just been doing that since then. I love working with my sisters who want to work with me and who want to do stuff. I feel like it's always important to work with women
Right.
wholeheartedly, help your sisters out. And that's just
Yeah.
where I am, even with the film and with the music. I'm always willing to work with my sisters.
I mean that's great if you have those skills, the talent, and that outlet. Because I mean, women need that empowerment, and what better way than another woman in your position to help
Right,
out like
and for free, complimentary, because
that?
people overcharge for those services, and it's nothing to just sit and teach and help somebody and share
Right.
your resources. Even my film company is based along the lines of sharing my resources. I just feel like even with Rugged Triad, I like camaraderie of family and feeling like I know people. That's why I hit Tech and in the chat we DM, we just never talk
Mhm.
verbally, but we always DM, and I feel like that's my brother. Like he gets me, he knows me. We've been talking for years, and I just like feeling like it's a family vibe to anything that I do.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the when that type of vibe is with two people or a group when it comes to creating music, it usually comes out the best way.
Hmm.
Right,
Totally
right.
agree.
And this album's been doing great, by the way, Tech. Like it's
Yeah.
doing excellent. I'm getting ready to prep the vinyl, so get ready
Yeah,
for that
There you
vinyl.
go.
yeah. I need that. Need that.
Yes, I'm excited. I feel like the overall concept of the project was tapping into African tradition, tapping into our ancestry, tapping into our ancestors and our abilities and rituals and ceremonies and things that our ancestors had before that got lost along the way. I'm now coming in contact with through my boy Tariq L, who put me on. So I'm learning different things about my ancestry, tapping into Congo, and I'm Jamaican and Cherokee, so I'm tapping into both of those ancestries and pulling myself together to be able to get my power, my abilities going the way they should. Like I said, I'm clairvoyant. I have abilities of like premonition and things like that. Like I predicted my death when I was 17. So when it happened, my family was like, I said, I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna come back. And I kept telling my family that. So when it happened, they were like, whoa, creeped them out a little bit. But I feel like it's important for people to understand when you have abilities that you need to harness them, that you don't need to be scared, you need to tap in. And that's what Ascension is about. Taking it from one level. I became a Muslim when I was 17. I took Shahada. Taking it from that level of Islam to a whole nother level of tapping into the abilities and the things that my ancestors are showing me via dreams, via premonition. Those things have always come out true and wholehearted for me. And that's what Ascension is about. Tapping into those abilities, not seeing it as negative or devil worship like we were taught, but seeing it as these are our traditions, these are our rituals, these are things are like our birthrights to us. And that's what Ascension is all about.
Nice. Wow. So you're really bridging everything and bringing it to the present time.
Right.
Yeah.
And putting that boom bap on it. Put them
Yep.
drums on it. Put that touch on it. Got the drums hitting like it's supposed to. I love it. And I think that's what makes it so the nuances from Nigeria and his background combined with the hip hop. That's what I love about his beats. It's mesmerizing, and that's what a lot of people said. His beats are mesmerizing. They really draw you in. It's like spells are being cast because how it mesmerizes people. And I think that's really dope to have that ability. Like when I hear his beats, it just really drummed up something in me to write a certain thing. And I knew that was the purpose for those beats, was to make sure that I talk my shit, but also let people know, this is about tapping into who you are as no offense to anybody who's not Black, but tapping into your African ancestry or whatever your ancestry is, and embracing your power and knowing that there's power in your ancestors behind you, that they are there still guiding you right now.
And being music is universal, you can reach people directly with that. And then from there, that gets spawned into reading text, and then just being taught word of mouth as well. That's great.
And I want to salute Queen Heroine, like having somebody iconic like her from the Juggernauts on there is just like the cherry on top. So dope. I love when I have women who really spit and like when I rap with people, I don't try to outdo people. I try to compliment somebody's sound when I'm featured. I like people who compliment my sound when they're featured. And I feel like all the ladies did excellent. Queen Heroine, Aida, Key Turner, my girl Nejma, and my boy Tariq L came on there with Suratu Fatiha. Like everybody just bodied the whole project, and I didn't even really have to tell them what the theme was. I didn't even tell Aida the theme. She just immediately zoomed into it, knew what I wanted, and she came off with, I said, sis, that's the concept right there. I didn't even tell her. So I feel like all of that was just divine.
Yeah, it just happened at perfect time, because that verse is on point too. Wow, she didn't even know.
Right. So it smacked the kundalini out of you.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. I love working with my sisters, and I feel like it's just time. It's time. And we have to stop looking at African spiritualists and traditions as being something evil or unholy, and start really researching and looking into things and tapping into stuff. And that's really what it's all about. I've had people, I kind of fell off with people about that. Because I felt like they were being judgy without even really knowing. And it's like, how could you do this and do this? I've been through so many school of thoughts. I've learned from a master teacher since I was 17 years old. I lived in a mosque for a year when I turned 18, practicing Sufism. So I've had a lot of trials and tribulations as far as spiritual things go. And I knew in my heart that this is the proper space for me to branch out, hence ascend to another thought process, another place of thinking. And that's the ascension part of it.
Mm.
Mhm. Wow,
So
everything just came through. And with what you just said, you got to talk about the artwork.
Well, I wanted something regal. I wanted something that Black women can look at and see this is a woman of grace, divinity, power, something that represented us, melanated woman. Just that's all I was seeing is something that just represented us. No skanky chick with thongs and crazy shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't knock nobody for what they got. Like any chick who rapping and she's speaking from her own experience. If she
Mhm.
a stripper hoe and stripper hoe shit is what she know, she gonna rap about it, and she making her bag off of it. I don't judge nobody for making a bag and feeding their family, but for me, I just want to represent something different for women, that is something about poise, class, and something different than bringing that type of energy to the table, but bringing some empowerment, some unification, something that shows my females, my goddesses, my queens in a better light than all that bull crap. So I felt like that cover basically embodied it.
That's great. Yeah, we definitely need more projects like this. And I got to shout out producer Knots, who has an all female project that I'm not sure
yeah,
when the exact date is coming out, but
Hmm.
I've heard the first single, which is still doing very well, which I'm glad to hear about that.
yeah.
And
Yes.
that and
Also,
that,
Flo was on the project.
Dope.
Flo, yeah, Flo was on the project with Knots. But
nice.
hopefully we'll definitely hear what the project sounds like.
Yeah,
Again, we've only heard the single, and it's dope as
yeah,
expected anyway. So hopefully let's see how it goes.
yeah.
Right. But nobody touching you, Tech.
No, no, no,
Nobody
no,
touching
Knots.
Tech.
Nah,
Nobody
Knots is
touching
like
Tech. I always put
I,
my money on my squad. Nobody fucking
I,
with Tech.
And there's nothing
no,
wrong with that because Tech got the
hey,
skills, but Knots just
yeah,
he's on his own
yeah,
level.
Yeah, Knox is
definitely.
dope. But
I
you know
look
what
up
I
to
say?
Knots.
You know what I say? People gotta
Mm,
gotta understand this is always room for other new legends.
Yes.
Tech is a new legend
Yeah.
yeah, I
coming
appreciate that. I
through,
take that. I
doing his
appreciate
shit,
it.
and that's just what it is. Like, and I can't wait for Bam to drop his project so y'all can hear
Yeah.
more of that Teck-Zilla. We might have to do an Ascension part two. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Mm.
you never know. You
Get it
never know.
going.
Get it going, son.
Get it going. But I'm proud of what we put together, and I absolutely adore Tech. He's like so easy to work with. I've had some assholes in the past, you know. Yeah, I have. Some people
I,
just don't know
It's the
who to
hey,
music
chill out.
industry, right?
Right, this
yeah,
industry is crazy, especially being a female. People
yeah.
feel like because I'm vocal, like I'm a bitch. I'm like, no, I know what I want. I'm very respectful when I say it. So why you
Mm,
feel like I'm a bitch because I know what I want and don't want? Like,
Mm.
some people want to force a beat on you that you don't like. Like, nigga, I'm not gonna
yeah.
Mm.
write to that.
That's not right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, like I always that's how I always work with people, like I could send you like 10, 20 bits. You might just like two, and that's it. We can pick it up from there. I'm not gonna force you and say, no, you need to rap on this, you need to do
Right.
now. I'm like,
Hmm.
look, let's just listen to everything and pick the ones that really stick in your mind, like pick the ones that you really feel, and we can just get rid of all the rest and just start from there. That's how we pretty much worked. I sent you like almost 20, 40 beats, right?
Right. Like,
Like, no. So, I mean,
it
it's not
just
that
gotta
difficult.
resonate with me.
Yeah,
Right.
Hmm.
you know.
That's it. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is that when you make your music, you want it to be music is therapy to me. I suffer from anxiety, depression, a lot of shit in my world be going crazy. Like I was just telling people I was sick like the past few weeks. Like literally I felt like I was dying. I almost went into a diabetic coma. I didn't even know I had high sugar anything. And so when I'm working, I take my work very seriously, but I also find it as being a therapy. So not being able to
Mhm.
do music kind of it bothers me. So when I do music, it takes away that anxiety, it takes away the
Mm.
depression, it takes away, the chronic illness and pains and things that I go through. And the music is just that thing for me. When it starts to become work, then it becomes a problem. My
Right.
music is never about clout. My music is never about trying to keep up with this person, that person. That's why I'm weird. That's why certain beats, people will be like, "Oh, I don't really care." Like my husband says, he don't care for that. I make it for people who rock with it, who resonate with that style of music. I like traditional hip hop. I also like some of the new stuff. So I do all types of hip hop. I don't put myself in the box of I'm only going to do traditional because that's what's going to get me more airplay.
Mhm.
So if people don't like it, you just don't like it. But I made something that I was proud of. And that's all
Yeah.
I could say. I make music that I'm proud of.
Yeah. When you definitely go through your discography, you hear the differences in the sound.
Right. Right.
And
I'm all over the place. I'm all
but you
over the
still
place.
rocking
And
it though.
Aldunia getting ready to drop next. But Aldunia is more traditional.
Mm.
Boom bap. So people may be able to gravitate towards some of that. And that project features Innocent, Fame from
Shout out.
MOP, Tech from
MOP.
Smith and
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
Wesson, Ty
Okay.
Nice.
Phoenix, You Look
Dope,
Kush, of
dope.
Wow.
course my boy Shabam, with production from Rashid Hadi, Stu Bangers.
Sick.
So it's a lot of
Wow.
different nuances on there that you'll hear.
Yeah.
So definitely traditional, more traditional boom bap
Mhm.
than my, weird stuff.
I wouldn't call it weird.
I'm
Yeah.
a
It's
proud
just
weirdo.
different.
Look, I'm an
Yeah.
Aquarius. Aquarius are just weird by nature. We're weird by nature. I embrace it.
Mm. Now, Teck-Zilla,
Yes,
you
sir.
might find this a little bit shocking, but it's been almost 10 years I've been listening to you.
Hmm.
And the first two projects that I heard from you was the
Yeah.
Fela Kuti and the Ginger Baker and
Yeah.
Son of Sade.
Sick.
Those are the
Mm.
first two that I
Wow.
heard from you.
Wow. Damn. I don't even know what to say. Because the Fela Kuti remix, I made that like just after I finished in sound engineering school. I was when I was in
Mm.
Canada, and I just I felt, hey, why not? No one had done it at the time,
Hmm.
so I just went into the lab and just started chopping stuff up. I did a lot of research though. Like I listened to tons of documentaries, tons of videos on YouTube. It was grueling. I think I spent almost a year, like, or 6 months ish. Yeah, to sort that out. Yeah,
Wow.
it was crazy, but I just liked how it came out.
Yeah,
It
it
was
came out
very,
great. Yeah.
yeah, like one of my best projects alongside Son of Shadi. And Son of Shadi, I think I spent like, I think 2 years. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I spent like 2 years on that.
Mm.
A lot of, yeah, just I had to listen to a lot of documentaries, a lot of interviews, I had to do a lot of research to, really get to know more about Shadi. And the inspiration came when I was working as a DJ and a sound guy at the bar in the old port in Montreal. And like during the breaks, my boss was always playing like a Shadi compilation or something. And I always listen. I was like, how come I never sampled Shadi before?
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I know, but it never occurred to me until I listened to the compilation. I was like, so I went on one day and I just kind of like just got all the projects. I got like different songs and everything. Just compiled everything before I started doing my research. So I think it was like a step by step process. like listen to the songs, listen to the interviews, listening to the documentaries, and trying to piece everything together. So it was like a puzzle, pretty much. Like I made some beats, listen to the interview, try to like see what fits, trying to take elements from different parts. Like I took this part from there's a Black Star. Can't remember this Black Star song. What's the name again? There's a Black Star song. I've forgotten the name where Talib Kweli mentioned Sade. I had to sample that
Hmm.
part. And another the Jay Z and
I would think
Timberland.
about that.
Yeah, Jay-Z and Timberland and Lobster and Shrimp, I think. There was a part where Jay-Z mentioned Sade. So I took that part as well. Those were the only two samples I got from like hip hop that I
Hmm.
threw into the mix. But yeah, you know, those were like two of my main projects that I did at that time. And I guess I can say I'm still proud of them. I
You
really put
should
in a
be.
lot of work. Put in a lot of work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, you're not going to hear too many producers that are going to say that they actually went and just did more research the way you did and listened to interviews and just
Mhm.
dug deeper. I mean, it's funny you say that because that's how I am with music in general. Like when I first discovered the two projects that I listened to, then I
Mm.
started who's this guy? Started looking up stuff. You find more music, you listen to it, like, oh, he's got a very wide range of sound you,
Mm.
and soulfulness. Summerzilla is another favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow. Uh,
Yes.
I just had to make. I don't know. Like the Summerzilla thing is, it's a very personal stuff. Because I was born in July during the summer, so it was kind of like that. I was trying to take it back to back in the day, the '90s, not
Hmm.
necessarily the '80s, but like the '90s vibe type, just mellow, chilled type stuff, and stuff from my childhood, pretty much like stuff I could remember as a kid growing up. That was pretty much the concept of that album, and
Hmm.
I'm working on the part two as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
nice.
mean, let's see how it goes. I mean, because I could have put it out, but COVID happened. You know, COVID happened, stalled everything, so I had to change my plans. And hopefully, it comes out next year. I think because I still want to drop. I always want to drop it during in July during the summer month
Summer. Hmm.
season. Yeah, during summer. But let's see how it goes though. But anyway, just look out for Summerzilla 2
Okay.
coming out.
Yes.
Dope. And when did you decide to create Straight Butter?
Oh wow. I think I created that with like a bunch of friends. I had like five other people I was working with. They were rappers, producers, video directors. We were pretty much into everything. It was pretty much like an in-house production outfit, and all of us were rappers as well.
Hmm.
We're rappers, we're producers, we're graphic designers, videographers, video editing. We did everything. But we kind of like scattered everywhere. We have members in the UK, we have members in Nigeria. Like we're pretty much everywhere, and everyone is just doing their own thing right now. But as a company, it's a registered company anyway, so I just work with that. Kind of makes my life easier. Like I can do business with that. So yeah, that's it. And we started many years ago. I can't remember when. A long time ago.
Okay.
Let's just say a long time ago, pretty much.
Cool. Now I have to talk about the track Fresh.
Ah,
You,
yeah.
you had
Oh,
you
yeah.
you had Planet Asia, Dominic LaRue, Blue. You even had a member from Straight Butt on there. Tell me if I'm saying it right. Is it Mr. Ray or Mr. Raw?
Yeah, that's it. Mr. Ray.
Mr. Ray.
Mr. Ray.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wow. That song though. To be honest, um, I got in touch with Blue like 2018, thereabout ish, but we were just going back and forth. But I didn't have any beat. Like I had nothing for him. I was like, let's work, but I didn't have a beat. So I was like, you know what, just hold, just chill. I'll get back to you. So like, yeah. So 2019, I just came like I had the beat ready, but it was for someone else. But the person
Mm,
rejected it. The rapper rejected the beat. So I was like, maybe I could just send it to Blue, you know. So I sent it to Blue, and Blue came up with the concept, pretty much the FRESH, the whole thing. Then I kept it. I was trying to get someone else on it. I can't remember, but I wasn't able to get the person. And Planet Asia is always. I mean, I've always loved Kali agents from back in the day.
mm-hmm.
You know, Planet Asia and Rascal.
Hasco,
I
yeah.
like. I really, really. I'm a huge fan of Planet Asia. Like huge since yeah, since when it up, you know, it was on Lyricist Lounge. It was on a skit on Lyricist Lounge and Rockers, yeah, on Records Records. So ever since then, I've always messed with, and I hit him up too. I mean, the same thing. I was like, "Yo, what do you think? Can we work on this? Blah blah blah."
Mm,
And he's pretty chilled, you know, cool guy. He was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So it went back and forth, and he did his thing. He sent his verse. Then I was in the UK then, so I played it for Mr. Ray,
mm-hmm.
because we have a studio in the UK, and he listened and he did his verse, but we didn't have we had the hook was initially done by Flo, actually. Yeah, the hook was initially done by
Ah,
Flo, but we felt it needed more, you know, pizzazz, it needed more oomph. So I kind of like took her off. Yeah, yeah, you know, she was actually busy with other stuff, so she wasn't
Right.
really angry. Yeah, she wasn't really angry. So I got in touch with Dominic LaRue. I've known Dominic LaRue for a long time now. You know, we've been friends like how I'm with Indigo. You know, we
mm,
usually just chat online. You know, because we did a song back in 2013. There was a song we did together with another Nigerian rapper back then. But ever since, we just been in touch. You know, and I just sent it to her. I was like, "Yo," I sent her the guide, the guide for the hook, and she did it. She just redid it and just flipped it, and it came out, you know, perfect, pretty much, no stress. I just put
mm.
everything together and I just put it out. Yeah, I think
Wow,
that was like one of my biggest songs this year. Like it's also doing good. Like it
that's
went
great.
crazy, went
Yes, it's
crazy.
dope.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now people are doing like I was doing. Who's Teck-Zilla? and start finding the rest of that music you got out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
all it
much. You know.
takes is to get out there,
yeah.
get your feeler out there, and then people once they see you working with certain people
Yeah,
and certain names, that's
they
it.
start checking you, start checking
Yeah,
up
Yep.
for you. You know,
yeah.
start. And
That's great.
also, I just want to say something. Like I have a so I'm working on a song with Camp Low. I'm
Yes.
a huge
What?
fan of Camp.
Yeah,
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I can't wait for
you had that
that.
remix
Woo.
project that you did.
yeah. With
Yeah.
yeah, I did the remix stuff with them,
So
and
is it
I
a
because
single or a whole album?
no, it's just a single. We're just
It's a
working on a
single.
single.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
the single. I mean, I really can't afford an entire album with Camp Low. Like, yo, that's a lot of money. Because I've been
Wow.
listening to them
Can't
since I
blow.
was like 14,
Hmm.
13. Because like I think I was watching MTV back then, and the song "Coolie High" came on.
Yes, that's
I
one of
was
my
like,
favorite.
what's? Because I've never heard anything like that before in my life, and ever since then, I've just been checking them. Heard them on the Will Smith. They were on the Will Smith's the album. What's it called? Big Willie Style. And I listened to them like, Uptown Saturday Night ever since.
Yes.
I went to their shows. I've been to the shows in Canada. I've been to the shows in UK.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I met them. I've met them, one on one. and stuff. So
I'm
just
a
working
huge
with
Camp
That's
them,
Lo
great.
fan too. I love y'all. I
yeah,
love y'all.
Yeah, they're great, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a huge fan.
They
So
were
like
big
working with them,
influence. They were big influence on sound.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
Yeah.
definitely,
iconic to work with
definitely.
them.
Yeah, it
Mm.
was like a bucket list, like I had things I had to do before I die, and I'm ready to go. I'm done.
You know what I
Yeah.
wanted? My bucket list thing was MF Doom, but since he passed,
Ah,
night to
yeah,
be on a
Okay.
true.
Knife Wonder track. I love Knife Wonder. Like MF Doom
Ah,
was my favorite Knife Wonder. So to be on a Knife Wonder track is definitely my like
You hear that,
ultimate
Ninth?
check off on the bucket list.
yeah. Also, MF Doom kind of like inspired Straight Butter in a way. Those on this song, all caps, with the bit is so butter. When you order the, yeah, it kind of like framed the way we made music as well. After I listened to Mad Villain, and we felt like you can actually
Yeah.
do anything. You don't need to stick to the norm. You don't need to stick to
Mm.
16 bars. The construct. Like you can actually go out the box
Right.
and
Outside of
do
it.
it.
Hmm.
I do
You know,
12
so
bars in one. I might do
yeah,
14 in the second one. I'd be
11
all over the
bars.
place.
Yeah,
Right.
you
I just
know,
do what I want to do.
yeah, just have fun at the end.
Have
At the end
fun.
of it all, have fun. Because
Yes.
if
And rest
if
in
the
peace to
music's,
Doom, man.
yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
really felt
definitely.
that. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. Mm.
Right. Because he's also a big influence. Abstract flow.
Hmm.
Just do what
Hmm.
you want to do. Definitely my all-time favorite. I've always posted about them. And just definitely an influence on my music and my style as well.
Mm.
But I must give Tennessee some credit because like, we got Juicy J and the 3 6 Mafia
Mm.
going up on the verses this week against
Yeah.
Bone Thugs. I'm here in
Oh,
Atlanta
nice.
and close to Tennessee. Tennessee music since I've been living here has always been an influence, and starting with 3 6 Mafia like Gangsta Boo, LeChat.
The
So I have
chat.
to give my
Yeah.
shouts out to those two women who
Mm.
also influence, my sound, my attitude, my delivery, all of that stuff to the
Mm.
Tennessee because I love the gritty, dark sounds, and
The
Tennessee just had
Midwest.
that sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm.
Although funny enough, like growing up, I was more of a Bone Thugs guy than 3 6 Mafia. I was more
Okay.
like really,
The
really into
three
Bone
six
Thugs
Mafia,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah, you know. So
So this
I
versus
definitely
is
love
gonna
to
be
watch
epic.
that versus. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yes,
love it.
it's gonna be epic. Think that's some hot wing and champagne situation. Post up and see who wins. I got my money on 3 6 Mafia. I
Bone
got it
Thugs,
on three
man.
six. I
My
love Bone
money's on
Thugs
Bone
too, though.
Thugs. Money
I love
is
Bone Thugs too, but at
definitely.
3 6 Mafia, the minute they come out, it's slob on my knob like corn on the cob. It's over with. Everybody can go home. Sit. They won. Taking them out.
Uh,
I promise you.
nah. Bone Thugs got bangers though. Bone
But
got
yeah, Bone
bangers.
Thugs
Okay.
does.
Yeah,
I
they
used to
Whoa.
love
definitely
how they
do.
would
Yeah.
harmonize and
Yeah.
Yeah.
just have that camaraderie. I like how they came out, but my dark ass. I just like dark shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, in the movies, I root for the villain. Something's wrong with me.
Mm.
You know. Sometimes
Uh,
the villain be right in these stories.
hey,
Yeah.
true,
Sometimes the
true.
villain be right. Just leave it. If you would have left his ass alone, he wouldn't have turned into a villain.
Mm. That's true.
But
Oh god.
right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
So I
I
like
can't
that. I
argue with
like the
that.
little dark stuff, crazy sounds and
Mm.
shit. Growing up here not growing up, but being here in Atlanta this long, because I've been here a long ass time. Like you get different musical influences. So
Yeah.
I respect what people do from their respective cities and states because they're being true to their sound. They're being true to the product the way they come from. And a lot of people like to call mumble, but you saying mumble because you don't understand their accent. But I understand
Mm.
it, so it doesn't sound like mumble rap to me because I can literally understand what's being said. And I get it. And some people be saying a lot of fly ass shit. So you just gotta get out of the habit of always trying to judge people and just take a listen to people's music from a whole nother perspective, other than just, oh, I'm, being this elitist boom bap hip hop person, and listen to the content that people put out.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys, I need to bounce. It's like 2 a.m. here.
Mhm.
I'm I'm
I
I
know
need to
you
So I'm
said you
catch
about to
got.
say,
like
Tech, I
I
know
need to
you
catch
got to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bounce.
yeah.
You got to
I got
flight.
like 3 hours of sleep before I need to get to the
Okay,
airport. So
definitely. So
yeah.
before
Yes,
you
well, love
go,
you, Tech. Thank you for giving me a
thank you
great
so much.
album,
Yeah,
and I can't wait to get the
Thanks, man.
physical.
Appreciate that.
definitely. Yeah, we
Definitely.
definitely hear that. Tech, before you go, let the
Yeah.
people know where they can reach out to you and support your music.
Yeah, you can find me on IG, Twitter, Teck-Zilla. That's TECKZILLA 108 on all social media platforms. Just Google me, Teck-Zilla. You definitely come up with something. I'm everywhere. I'm on Bandcamp. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, Genius. What else? Everywhere. Just Google me. You'll find me.
Definitely. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
taking your time out, and you have a safe flight.
Peace,
Thanks.
King. Safe travels.
Blessed. Thanks for having me, you guys. Peace.
Peace. Yeah, I'm glad he got a chance to come on.
Yes, because I was like, can you come on? I know it's going to be late, but
Hmm.
I definitely was glad to see him and get him to come on, because I feel like it's always good to promote yourself and get out there. A lot of producers like to stay behind the scene, and Tech is also
Hmm.
part of my Rugged Triad Nigeria faction, along with Quenu Beat. So
Ah,
I definitely like people who I work with and my artists and my producers to be highlighted and seen.
definitely. That's great. Yeah, I didn't even know that there was another faction out there like that.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
UK, I have Nigeria, and I'm working on Rugged Triad South right now here in Atlanta.
Hmm. Okay. Nice. And one of your artists, tell me if I'm pronouncing it right. Rye Walker.
Yes,
He's next up.
he's next up. Rob Walker's
Mm.
album drops this week. Executive produced by me. This is his debut album through Rugged Triad, so I'm excited. Has a lot of dope production. Hilltop Productions, Chainsaw Dave, Concussion. It's just gonna be a really dope project. So I'm excited. And shout out to Twisted Beats UK for putting the mixes on it. Features M. Doc Diego, Frankie Waffles, and myself. So I kept the features at a minimum because I like
Hmm.
for my artists to show they can stand alone on a
Right.
lot of
Hmm.
tracks. But then I gave him, some features from my homeboys. Like Frankie was a part of Triad. He took a break, but now he's kind of thinking about coming back, and he jumped on that track for me. So we're gonna see where it goes from there. But Rob Walker, Rugged Triad UK, definitely really hot, and I'm excited to drop his album this week. He's dropping 2 singles actually going out this week. Pieces in a Puzzle, produced by Hilltop, and Now or Never, featuring M. Doc Diego, produced by my boy Concussion.
Mm. Nice. Now you have another upcoming project with Daddy O, but you have
Yeah.
a track out that's currently out. I don't want to talk about it just yet because the
Mhm.
producer on there, P.A. Dre, who is in-house producer for R.J. Payne, shout out to him, he's doing this thing. You you did a project with him called The Conjuring.
Yes.
Tell us about that because
Yes.
aside from your delivery on there, you have some guests on there that I'm big fans of.
Yes. I have my boy XP the Marksman, Eddie Kane. Who else I had? Kill Ripkin.
Mhm.
My former triad member, Jay Hustle, and of course Daddy-O. So, I was excited to do that project. It was like PA Dre, he also comes with a lot of wild production, soulful yet grimy.
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, let's do a project together. Initially, I was doing one song on his project coming out called Midas Touch. And then pretty much the same process. Flood me with beats. I pick a few. We go from there. And I started off with the Black Witch song and just went from there and just put together the project. Like, I know who I rock with and who sounds good with me. Eddie Kane is my brother. XP the Marksman is my brother. So it just felt right to mix those, elements and people. And I like to introduce other people in the underground to each other who might not really rock with each other. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I like to pull people from different groups and put them on a song with me and then see how it sounds from there.
Okay. Yeah, because that's a banging project that you put together.
Thank
Yeah. Well,
you.
I'm
Thank you. And yeah,
sorry.
that was probably the second joint with Daddy O.
Second one. Okay.
Because I was already on his album, the Goat album.
Oh, the Gold.
And then I
Yeah, that's
asked
right.
him to get on a track with me and he jumped on. But now this
Mm.
album we're working on, so many songs, so much fire, a few dope features on there. And I'm excited, to get it done. Like I tell people, I never would have thought in a million years coming out and rapping that I would be doing something with someone so iconic like Daddy O, to be doing a whole project. And he's just such a cool person, really humble. I feel like I've known him my whole life, like how we interact and get along.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting when I first saw that. Between PA Dre and then Daddy O you working with, and that the song From the Dirt, and like you were saying, you come with different sounds for your songs, and that one it hit different sound
Right.
wise, but the lyrics were where they needed to be at with what you were speaking on coming up.
Right. I mean, it's hard being a female artist. It's hard being respected and accepted. It's hard being a female artist that's not showing her ass or, who somebody is idolizing or who men want to be with and who women want to be like. Just being yourself and just speaking from my experiences and my struggles and my triumphs is it's hard being a woman because you could be construed so many ways. When I'm dominant in my speech, people construe me as, oh, she's a bitch, she's mean. Like, I'm one of the nicest people
Just because you're being
you can
vocal.
meet. But when if you're judging me by my music, me venting or letting my aggression out, then you're gonna get a whole different person from
Mhm.
what I'm putting into those beats. Like, I'm pouring out my pain on those beats. I'm pouring out my heart on some of those tracks. Like, it's really hard. I've supported so many people. Um, I could say through Weekly Rap Guys, like help push their career. And when I came out, it's like a lot of people turned their back on me, stopped talking to me, didn't support me, and that really hurt. Like, people don't understand. Like, it's okay to be like you're hurt, but you be hurt, but you suck it up and you keep going. And that's what I did. I sucked it up and kept going because, I mean, that's life. Everybody not going to fuck with you, and you just have to take it as it is. And that's what it is. When you hear my music, you're hearing my therapy. Like I said, it's therapeutic to me. It's my pain. It's my joy. I put my passion into my music. And when it becomes to the point where it's not fun, where I feel like it's becoming a chore or labor, I'll stop.
Right.
Why you looking at them like that?
Sorry.
That's why I made sure I cleared the house, because my husband to be here doing all types of stuff in the background trying to make me laugh when I interview. So I make sure I set up interviews now when he's not here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yes, because he'll have me cracking up and looking and doing all types of stuff. They get rid of him.
Mhm.
But I appreciate you having me on, man. I'm excited to be putting out this music. Like I said, I've been sick and I'm ready to catch up right now. I'm dropping Aldunia before the year is out. So I'm excited to drop that. Then I'm coming up with the Annabis Archives produced by King David Beats. Then
Beats.
behind that, Poison Lilac by Concussion. Then behind that, Red Brick Dust from Quenu Beach, Rugged Triad Nigeria. And then I got some other stuff up my sleeve that I'm not gonna announce. It's just gonna drop.
There you go. So
So
you're well
yeah,
prepared
that's where I'm at.
for the next year. Well prepared for the next year.
I'm well. Look, I have music to take me all the way into the middle of 2023 right now. I have a bunch of projects lined up. I'm doing a joint album with XP the Marksman. I'm doing a joint album with Jamil Honesty. We still got the Daddy O project. Me and Shabam are gonna do a joint album, and I have a few other projects with my producers, Quake Mob, who is Rugged Triad in-house producers. We're doing an album called The Zenith. So I have a bunch of stuff lined up, and like I said, it'll take me well into 2023. So I'll be around next year too, y'all.
That's great.
For all
We
the
definitely
haters
look
too, I'll
forward.
be around next
Definitely,
year. So
definitely look
right,
forward to
hit the
hearing it.
block button or unfollow. But I'm about to have the pedal to the metal next year.
That's great. Yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing that. And as always, I appreciate you working with other women because the way the industry continues to set things up is there always has to be only one at the top, and
Right, right,
it's always an assumption that there's always a beef when there isn't. So that's one of the
right.
reasons
And
why
that's the
I
thing
love
with
this
women.
project.
Right, it's like women. Some women will gravitate towards you, and I've asked other females to work with me. Some people will feel like you're a threat and might not feel like you're a competition because of that energy that people put out that there can only be one. So I have some people who just be like they don't mess with me or they don't want to work with me.
Mhm.
And then I have these really great women who just stick to the music, spit the bars, and they understand that, it's all about the craft. We're not here to compete with each other. Like I said, we're here to complement each other. We're here to uplift each other. And that has to be the element. Like men uplift each other all the time, and that's why they dominate in this industry. If women uplifted each other just as much as men uplift each other, we would be doing more numbers. We would be doing so much better. That's why when
Right.
people put out
Yeah.
a female project, it's considered like, ooh, a female project. It's considered like this big thing because you think because of the mentality that women can't work together. When women actually can work together, it just has to be the right women in the right situation, willing to work together, and where it's not about clout, it's not about popularity. It's
Yeah.
just about putting out real music and expressing yourself and showing that you could go just as hard as anybody else without gender even being a factor.
Yeah. Because what it comes down to is the skills and the talent.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well said. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you, Teck-Zilla, taking the
No
time as
doubt.
well to speak with us. As always,
And I must shout out my crew. Got to shout out Nivek. Got to shout out Doctera, Rod Walker, Shabam, of course, Quenu, my boys Quake Mob, Hilltop Productions. I just want to thank them so much for just always being there, being a treasure. Um, Easy to work with. And that's it. I just got to shout out my Rugged Triad always.
absolutely, definitely, you have to shout them out. They're doing their thing the same way you are. And as always, you still gotta let the people know where they can hear your music.
You could always find me Indigo Phoenyx on Bandcamp. I'm about to sign up with Media Famous, and make sure y'all check that out from Domingo. I'm gonna put up all my music on streaming platforms, so you'll have Burn the Sun EP produced by Body Bag Band and the Ascension album on all streaming platforms soon. But I'm Indigo Phoenyx on any outlet. Phoenyx. Get it right, y'all. NYX, like New York, NYX.
I ask.
So
There you
make sure
go.
you check for me. And I love y'all and appreciate y'all. And thank you for the opportunity to come on.
Thank you. And on behalf of all of HHDG Media, I'm gonna say peace.
Salute.